Top 10 most dangerous road in the world. In some parts of the world, reaching your final destination is hardly as simple as going from point A to point B. Poor road conditions, deathly heights, zero visibility, and frozen tundra make these 10 most dangerous roads in the world the road less traveled for a very good reason. Number 10. Taroko Gorge Road, Taiwan. This narrow mountainous road provides magnificent views of the region, but getting caught on this highway at the wrong moment can prove to be deadly. The road is often closed because of the area's influx of earthquakes and typhoons, which make it impossible to make it safely to any destination. The name of this breathtaking Taiwanese gorge means magnificent and beautiful in the local Truku language, and the gorge stays true to its name. The area of the Taroko Gorge is known for its rich supply of marble, and the surrounding rocks were once sediment formed when the whole region was under the ocean. Once the ocean receded, the sediment was exposed to pressure and turned to limestone. Number 9. The Zoji Pass, India. This 5.5-mile road extends to over 11,000 feet up into the mountains and provides no guard railings to protect drivers. The Zoji Pass runs between Ladakh and Kashmir in the western Himalayas and is routinely inaccessible because of heavy snow during the winter months. According to some sources, Zoji La means the mountain pass of blizzards. The word for blizzards, however, is Wili Buyug. Based on oral tradition that survived among the local people, Zoji refers to Duji La, the goddess of Tibet's 4 seasons. The Duji Lamo legend describes her as the wife of Naropa. Through the ages, her name has evolved to Zojila. Number 8. Ruta 5. Ruta 5, which stretches from Arica to Inkike, is full of deep, unforgiving valleys that showcase the road's danger. This isolated route has very few drivers and mesmerizing scenery that can make it difficult to focus on the task at hand. Route 5 is the name of the main highway in Chile. With its 3,363 kilometers, it crosses the country from the border with Peru in the extreme north to Guoliang on the big island of Kilo, thus crossing 14 of the 16 regions of the national territory. It is part of the Pan American Highway, and its creation was carried out through the promulgation of Decree 556 of 1969. Number 7. Trollstigen, Norway. The Trollstigen Troll Ladder is a mountain motorway full of sharp turns, constricted roads, and steep inclines. While a popular sight during the tourist seasons, it is closed during the winter and spring because of heavy snow that is too difficult to drive through. Trollstigen is surrounded by mighty mountains. To the west, Bispen, 1,450 m, Kongen, 1,614 m, and Droninga, 1,701 m. To the east, Stigbots Hornet, 1,583 m, and Storgrofjellet, 1,629 m. The mountain pass is the starting or ending point of the Geiranger Trollstigen National Scenic Route, one of 18 Norwegian roads that has received substantial government investment. I'd argue it's one of the best. Number 6. Sichuan-Tibet Highway, China. The highway from Chengdu and Tibet is nearly 1,500 miles long and takes drivers on a breathtaking journey through its shifting scenery and altitude changes. However, the road, which extends across 14 mountains, causes many deaths due to landslides and rock avalanches. As one of the most spectacular drives in the world, the road from Chengdu, the provincial capital of Sichuan province in southwest China, to Lhasa, the capital of Tibet, is a winding route that takes you through some of the most stunning countryside in China and Tibet. A vast journey that crosses more than 2,000 kilometers. There are 2 routes to take along the Sichuan-Tibet Highway, the northern route and the southern route. Number 5. James Dalton Highway, Alaska. The James Dalton Highway is over 400 miles of gravel road that winds through the Arctic tundra and the northernmost points on Alaska. The path is littered with potholes, flying rocks carried by strong gusts of wind, and nearly zero visibility on this middle-of-nowhere highway. Following the failure of the Hickel Highway, oil companies still needed a route to the north slope. The Alyeska Pipeline Service Company funded what would be the first stretch of the Dalton Highway from Livengood to the Yukon River in 1969. Delays to the construction of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline System, and therefore the road, meant that work on it did not resume until April 29, 1974. Within 5 months, 390 miles, 627.6 kilometers of the road were built and construction was finished. The pipeline would not be completed until 1977. It was initially known as the Wales Highway. Number 4. M56, Kolyma Federal Highway, Russia. This stretch of road connects Moscow to Yakutsk, where the coldest temperature on Earth outside of Antarctica was recorded. The frozen roads during the region's 10-month-long winter make driving in and out of Yakutsk nearly impossible. The Road of Bones, as it's referred to, was built between the 1930s and early 1950s by Soviet prisoners who were purposely overworked and starved to death before being buried under the road. When the road was upgraded, the route was changed to bypass the section from Kubeme to Kadichan via Tomtor, and instead pass from Cubeme to Kadichan via a more northern route through the town of Ustnera. The old 420-kilometer section via Tomtor was largely unmaintained. The 200-kilometer section between Tomtor and Kadichan was completely abandoned. This section is known as the Old Summer Road and has fallen into disrepair, with washed-out bridges and sections of road reclaimed by streams in summer. During winter, frozen rivers may assist river crossings. Old Summer Road remains one of the great challenges for adventuring motorcyclists and 4W'ers. Number 3. BR-116, Brazil. One of the longest roads in Brazil has been appropriately dubbed Rodovia da Morte, the Highway of Death. Each year, hundreds of people are killed because of accidents and road fatalities due to steep cliffs, poor maintenance, and even gang activity. In the southeast region of the country, the highway is doubled in the 400 kilometers between Curitiba and Sao Paulo, where it's called Rodovia Regis Bittencourt, almost all duplicated around the year 2000. The last stretch in the mountains was only completed in 2017. And in the 410 kilometers between Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, where it's called Rodovia Presidente Dutra, doubled in 1967, it is the most important highway in the country, connecting the two largest cities. The connection between Rio de Janeiro and Guapimirim has also been doubled since 1980. Number 2. Guoliang Tunnel Road, China. The Guoliang Tunnel Road was built by local villagers over the course of 5 years, and the end result was a 3/4-mile tunnel, constructed through a mountain that is only 15 feet high and 12 feet wide. To ease the villagers' access to outside world, a group of villagers led by Shen Mingxin made plans in 1972 to carve a road into the side of their mountain. They sold their livestock to raise funds to buy tools and materials. 13 villagers began the project, with one dying during construction. Without access to power tools, they undertook construction mostly with hammers and chisels. At the most difficult stage, the tunnel progressed at a rate of 1 meter every 3 days. It is 1.2 kilometers, 0.75 miles long, 5 meters, 16 feet tall, and 4 meters, 13 feet wide. Number 1. The North Yungas Road, Bolivia. Often regarded as the most dangerous in the world, the North Yungas Road connects northern Bolivia to the Amazon rainforest region through 40 miles of twisting road. Built by Paraguayan prisoners in the 1930s, it has become known as El Camino de la Muerte, the Death Road, by locals because of high number of fatalities each year. The twisting path is only 10 feet wide and has traffic coming from both directions. The Yungas Road is a cycle route about 60 kilometers long that links the city of La Paz and the Yungas region of Bolivia. It draws about 25,000 tourists per year and is a major La Paz tourist attraction. Many tour operators cater to downhill mountain biking. At least 18 cyclists have died on the road since 1998. The tourist route is a 64 km long road with 3,500 meters of descent. The route includes the Cotopata-Santa Barbara section. It replaced the old road, built in 1930. It was considered dangerous because of its steep slopes, narrow single track, lack of guardrails, rain and fog, and was nicknamed the Road of Death. However, it was not the most dangerous road in the region. Unlike the rest of the country, traffic was left-hand to allow the driver to assess the distance of their outer wheel from the edge of the road.